What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome to the 7 Deadly Sins Idol Adventure tier list, your ultimate guide to assembling the most powerful team in Britannia. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or just starting your journey, this tier list will help you navigate through the vast roster of characters, highlighting the heroes and villains who can turn the tide of battle in your favor. We've meticulously ranked each character based on their combat prowess, utility, and synergy within various team compositions. Dive into discover which characters deserve a spot on your team and how to optimize your strategies to conquer every challenge that comes your way. So guys, this is currently our 7 Deadly Sins Idol Adventure Hero tier list dated August 13, 2024 version 1. So we have here S tier, A tier, B tier, and C tier. And I put here high and low priority. And on this A tier, we have here also high and low, as well as on B tier and C tier. So I won't go into the details of all of these heroes on this tier list, but we will only do some overview on the best heroes to use, especially for beginners and new players. Okay, let's proceed first to these intelligence heroes. So we have here Ban, King Arthur, Greymore, Jericho, and Ruin on this S tier. So if you will check here the skills description of Ban, we have here on the normal skill called Heavy Strike. It deals damage equal to 100% of attack to the target. And then we have here the special skill called Rage Attack, and we have here 20% chance to deal damage equal to 180% of attack to the target and can restore 10 energy upon successful attack. So the best skill here, that would be the restoration of 10 energy upon successful attack. And then next, that would be the ultimate move called the Vanishing Kill. So it deals damage equal to 912% of attack to the target and inflicts the target with Snatch for 10 seconds and grants Ban Snatch to self for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And this Snatch is a debuff in which it increases the final attack by 15% of the enemy, while the Snatch or the Snatch attack will be transferred to Ban that will increase its final attack by 15%. So this is why Ban is a very decent hero to use in this game currently. So Ban is an A-type DPS unit. Our next hero, that would be King Arthur. So King Arthur is an intelligence type hero, support type hero. And if you will check here the normal skill Heavy Strike, it deals damage equal to 98% of attack to the target. And also we have here the special skill called Legendary. It grants a level 5 Sever to Int attribute allies. And this Sever, it increases the crit chance by 20% of all of your Int type attribute allies. So this is why King Arthur is very decent to use also in this game, and also a top tier unit. And next, that would be the ultimate move, in which it deals damage equal to 688% of attack to the target and can inflict the target with level 5 Distraction for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And this Distraction is a debuff in which it decreases the final defense by 30%. And the cooldown of this is of course 10 seconds. Our next hero, that will be Greymore, and if you'll check here the normal skill, it deals damage equal to 67% of attack to the target. And also we have here the special skill called Wall, and this Greymore is a defense type unit. So I haven't acquired this, guys, but if you have some Giant Girl Diane, you can use that, and later on you can change your Giant Girl Diane to this unit. So let's talk about the skill of this hero. So this Wall actually grants level 5 Veil buff to self for 3 seconds every 5 seconds, and this level 5 Veil absorbs a damage equal to 25% of the caster's HP. And also we have here the ultimate move called the Burning Strike. It deals damage equal to 591 of attack to the target and inflicts the target with level 5 break for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And this break is a debuff. It actually decreases the crit defense by 42%, and this is quite huge, guys. Other heroes only decreases the crit defense by 15% or also 20% and 30%, but this unit decreases the crit defense by a total of 42%. So our next hero, that would be Jericho, an intelligence type support unit. And if you will check here the normal skill called Heavy Strike, it deals damage equal to 88% of attack to the target. And then we have here the special skill called a Flash Strike. Upon landing a critical hit, it deals damage equal to 98% of attack to the target and grants Onslaught to Int attribute allies for 3 seconds upon successful attack. And this Onslaught actually increases the final attack by 20%. So as you have noticed, we are only buffing here in type units. So it is better to use units that have the same faction, just like these in type heroes, so that it will be affected by the buff of heroes. And currently as a beginner, it is best to use in type heroes early in the game. So next we have here the ultimate move called Godspeed Bone Cutter. It deals damage equal to 644% of attack to the target and grants swiftness level 3 to allies for 10 seconds upon successful attack, and this swiftness actually increases the attack speed by 6%. And this is not only applicable to in-type units but to all allies. And on this S tier, we have here the epic tier unit. So I really love this unit, guys. So this is Weird Fang's Ruin. So if you will check here the normal skill, it deals damage equal to 78% of attack to the target. And then on this special skill called the Heavy Hammer, upon landing a critical hit, it deals damage equal to 107% of attack to the target and removes all buffs on the target upon successful attack. So this is why this hero is quite good, guys, even though this is only an epic unit. And of course, you can star up an epic unit more faster compared to legendary heroes, and also you can level up this hero faster. And then next on this ultimate move called Nightmare of Illusion, it deals damage equal to 674% of attack to all enemies in a 3 meter of self, and this is an AoE, and the final damage is increased by 50% against strength attribute targets. So you can change this unit later on if you have some better heroes, and it is best to use this hero against strength attribute targets. Okay, next let's proceed to the Vitality type unit on this S tier. And on our first slot, that would be Liz. So Liz is a Vitality support unit, and the normal skill of this is that it deals damage equals to 68% of attack to the target, which is quite mediocre. And then we have here the special skill called Crosscut. So upon landing a critical hit, it deals damage equal to 133% of attack to the target and grants some level 5 Sever to Vitality attribute allies for 3 seconds upon successful attack. And this Sever actually increases the crit chance by 20%. So this is why this list is quite decent to use together with Vitality type units. And of course, we have here the ultimate move called Last Attack. It deals damage equal to 627% of attack to the target and decreases the allies' cooldowns by 2 seconds upon successful attack. So this is the best skill for her, which decreases the skill's cooldown by 2 seconds. Our next hero, that would be Moonspit of Reticence. So Moonspit is a Vitality debuffer, and if you will check here the normal skill, it deals damage equal to 72% of attack to the target, and we have here some debuff, guys. Upon landing a basic attack, there is a 10% chance to inflict silence on the enemy's hit for 1 second, and it is called Demoralize. So this is one of his best skill. And then we have here the ultimate move called Hell's Phoenix. So it deals damage equal to 685% of attack to all enemies in a 3 meter by 11 meter area in front of himself, and inflicts a target's hit with Hellblaze for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And this Hellblaze actually decreases the crit resistance by 18%, also the crit defense by 32%, and it deals damage equal to 50% of attack every 1 second. And that would be 500%, guys, because you will multiply that by 10 seconds. So that would be a total of 500% for 10 seconds. And I really love this huge AoE that is 3 meter by 11 meter area. So this is why this Moonspit is pretty decent to use too. And also we have here a decrease in crit resistance by 18%, as well as a crit defense decrease by 32%. Wow, I really love this hero, guys. Next, we have here a Gloxina of Repose. So he is a Vitality support. And if you will check here the normal skill, it deals damage equal to 73% of attack to the target, and it can restore HP to ally with the lowest HP by an amount equal to 10% of the attack upon successful attack. And this is quite a very decent skill, guys, for a normal skill, because basically most normal skill are just simple, but this skill is quite good because it has some HP restoration on normal skill. And then if you check here the special skill, we have here it deals damage equal to 107 or 117% of attack to the enemies within 3 meter of the initial target every 5 seconds, and also inflicts a level 4 break for 3 seconds to the target and bind them for 0.6 second upon successful attack. So we have here your 2 debuffs that would be break and also bind. So it increases the crit defense by 32%. So this is quite good also, guys. And then we have here the ultimate move. It restores allies HP by an amount equal to 25% of attack and grants 3 allies 4 DOT immunities. So I really love these DOT immunities, especially in PvP. And additionally removes debuffs from allies. Take note, I really love this, guys. So this DOT immunity includes Petrify, Shock, Acid, Bleed, and Burn immunity. And finally, on our S tier Vitality, we have here a Vitality support that would be Melascola of Faith. So by checking here the normal skill, take a look at that. We have here, it deals damage equal to 75% of attack to the target, and we have here Soul Restoration. So upon landing a normal skill, there is a 10% chance to restore allies HP by an amount equal to 15% of attack every second for 3 seconds. And for most normal skill, they are only simple, but this normal skill have an effect. So this is why this Melascola of Faith is quite good to use, guys. And also we have here the special skill called Dark Doom. It grants levels 5 spike to Vitality attribute and also to the 10 Commandment allies. And this spike increases the crit damage by 30%. Wow, this is freaking good, guys. And also we have here the ultimate move called Gloom Cocoon. It deals damage equal to 721% of attack to the target and grants level 4 concentration to allies for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And this concentration actually increases the final accuracy by 12%. So if you have acquired lots of Vitality units or Vitality heroes, better use these heroes together with Melascola of Faith. Because early in the game or mid-game, you will need this accuracy. Okay, next we will move to the Dexterity type S tier heroes. And on our first lot, that would be Gallant of Truth. So this Gallant of Truth is a Dexterity type unit and also a DPS. So if you will check here the normal skill called Strike, it deals damage equal to 100% of attack to the target. And we have here some skill that is called Hard Skin. So upon landing a basic attack, it grants all crowd control effects that would include Bind, Silence, Paralysis, Infection, Stun, Flinch, Freeze, and Petrify immunity to self for 1 second. Wow. So he is immune, guys, to these effects here. And also we have here the special skill called Dismal Scatter Cut. And 15% chance to deal damage equal to 190% of attack to the target and grants Seasoned Fighter to self for 5 seconds upon successful attack. And this Seasoned Fighter, it actually increases the crit chance by 3% per stack up to a maximum of 30%. Take note, these stacks together, guys, a maximum of 30%. And also we have here the Critical Over, which is the ultimate move, which is, I really love this. So it deals damage equal to 951% of attack to the target and grants Critical Over to self for 10 seconds before activating this skill. So this Critical Over, it increases the attack speed by 16%, which is almost permanent because we have here also a cooldown of 10 seconds. So this is why the Gallant of Truth is one of the top tier unit on the Dexterity class. Next, we have here a Grizzly Sin of Sloth King, and he is a Dexterity support. And on this normal skill, Splinter, it deals damage equal to 78% of attack to the target. And also we have here the special skill in which it grants level 5 spike, Dexterity type, and also the 7 Deadly Sins allies. And this spike increases crit damage by 30%. So this is why this unit is on the top tier because of this increase in crit damage by 30%. And then we have here the ultimate move in which it deals damage equal to 702% of attack to all enemies in a 4 meter by 7.5 meter area in front of the self and grants a level 5 onslaught to Dexterity attribute and also to the 7 Deadly Sins allies for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And this onslaught actually increases the final attack by 20%. So if you have some 7 Deadly Sins heroes, you can use this together. Next, we have here Grey Road of Pacifism, a Dexterity type debuffer. So if you'll check here the normal skill called Hellfire, it deals damage equal to 95% of attack to the target. And we have here some weapon of destruction or destroy weapon. So upon landing a basic attack, it decreases the target's final attack by 2% per stack for 3 seconds up to a maximum of 20%. And this is good for bosses that have a very high attack. And also we have here the binding resentment, in which 50% to deal damage equal to 130% of attack to the target, and inflicts the target with a level 5 resistance down for 3 seconds upon successful attack. And the resistance down, it decreases the crit resistance by 22%. So this is a chance, and we don't have any cooldown here. So 50% chance is quite huge, guys. So that is why this Grey Road of Pacifism is on this S tier, because we have here no cooldown, but only a chance. So I think this is a passive effect on this resistance down that is a 50% chance. Okay, next let's move to the strength type units. So currently these strength type units are quite bad, guys, especially on PvE. But maybe later on they can be used on other game modes. And I haven't tested yet on PvP because it is quite very difficult to do a test on PvP, especially if you have some low star heroes. Okay, so let's proceed to this Sky Temple Protector Elite. So if you'll check here the normal skill, we have here some heavy strike. It deals damage equal to 57% of attack to the target. And also we have here the special skill called Anger Light. Upon landing a critical hit, it deals damage equal to 100% of attack to the target and also removes all buffs to the target upon successful attack. And this Elite, guys, is a strength support. And also we have here the ultimate move called Holy Strike. It deals damage equal to 590% of attack to the enemies or to all enemies within 2 meters of the initial target, and grants level 5 Sever to strength attribute allies for 10 seconds upon successful attack. And it actually increases the crit chance by 20%. So this is the reason why she is a top tier unit, because of this increase of crit chance by 20. And we have here a 10 seconds cooldown, and this is almost permanent. So although we have here only one S tier unit on this strength type, but actually if you will combine this unit together with this strength type units on this A tier, these heroes here would be very devastating. And some stages requires strength type units. So if you cannot pass those certain stages, try to use the weakness of those bosses and check if they are weak against strength type units. So guys, I won't go into all the details of this because this is quite very long. So these are currently the tier or the S tier. Next we have here the A tier, that will be Giant Girl Diane. And this unit here is best for beginners because we can acquire a Giant Girl Diane early in the game. So we have here also Hauser, Gil Thunder, and we have here Goddess of Nerobasta, and also Jillian. Next on this Vitality, on this A tier, we have here Warrior Matrona, Purge Saratras, Gila, Saint Elaine, Dugedo, and also Fresha. I really love this Fresha, guys, especially if you are a beginner. And I've used this Fresha early in the game up to now. Next, we have here the Dexterity on this A tier. We have here Droll of Patience, and also Grandmaster Hendrickson, and Jenna, Saneri, Fairy Hellbram. Also, of course, we have here Slater, Deldry. So Deldry is quite good also to use early in the game, together with Pump, Dual Sword Mode. And these two heroes here are pretty insane, guys. Wow. So let's do some tests on these heroes, especially Pump and Dual Sword Mode. And we have here also Atra. Next on this Strength A tier, we have your Fighter Diane, also Gelda, Dreyfus, Holy Knight Kane. This Holy Knight Kane, guys, is quite good also to use early in the game. And we have your Cardinal Hellbram, Golgius. I really love this Golgius, guys. And we have here Simon. So those that I mentioned, that I stressed out, those were the best heroes to use because you can star up them more easily. Especially Holy Knight Kane, you can get this for free. Golgius, a Pump, a Dual Sword Mode, and also Fresha, together with Deldry, of course. Next on this B tier, on this intelligence support, we have here a Demon Hendrickson. I think this Demon Hendrickson needs to be fixed because the skills of this does not affect the hero, guys. Wow, I really love this unit, but the data of Demon Hendrickson does not match on the game. So maybe the developers will change this, And we have here also Arden, Holy Knight, Ice, Gustav, Alyone, and Elizabeth. Next, that would be Nanashi. Nanashi is quite bad, guys. And also we have here Winhilt. I thought Nanashi is good, but apparently if I will compare that with Fresha, Fresha is quite good to use over this Nanashi. So we have here also Tavern, Master Meliodas, Bellion, Dirochu, Dale. Okay, we have here dual sword gun. So I used this also early in the game. Giant Girl Dolores as my support. And also we have here Wilo, Black Loren, that appears. Israf, Twigo. And we have here some C tier units like for example Mage Gilfrost, the Haka, the Rose of Orondi, Sulaad, Marmas, Death Pierce, Gara, Hugo, Jude, Champion, Zoria, Denzel. My god. The developers should buff these units, guys. And we have here also Vivian and Dan Belbas. So guys, on this tier list, I excluded rare, normal, and also basic heroes because there are only ornaments in the game. So let's go into the details of each of these heroes here on my future videos. So guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you again on my next videos. Bye-bye!